That new film, Mount Adams, and let's find out a little bit more about that. If you'll recall, we had some visits a couple of years back during the making of Mount Adams. So back with us, the brothers, Phillip Wade and Tim Wade. Good to have you back in studio then.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so now, as I recollect, and that's always a dangerous thing with me, when you were here last time talking about, there's a lot of legends that have emerged out of the Mount Adams area involving Native American culture and otherwise, and wasn't that the original part of that was intriguing? You wanted to find out more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back a long ways. When Tim and I were a lot younger, we used to hang out in different areas of Washington where there's reports of orb light phenomenon, things like that. So the kind of the mysterious phenomenon has been a big interest of ours, cryptozoology and all that stuff. So it eventually led us to the Mount Adams area where there's reports of strange light phenomenon around the mountain, Bigfoot, UFOs. Of course, the Mount Adams area is the epicenter of where a lot of the UFO stories began, right? So with Kenneth Arnold in 1947, that was like the biggest UFO report, right? When he saw the flying saucers going from Rainier to Adams, that started all of this. And so there's a lot of history behind that.
So that case was the first to use the expression flying saucers, or it was developed, or the reports of it use that expression.
I believe so. Yeah, absolutely.
So now, all right. So then let's fast forward. You're interested in it. You're finding out more about it. Then what?
Well, then we had a bit of a turning point. We decided, we wanted to branch off and actually start, make a feature film. And, we just discussing all these different ideas and stuff. And we're like, why don't we just make a movie about this, local legend? And, it kind of took off from there.
I'm gathering you had done some smaller film projects. As you're in your high school age, I'm thinking then?
Yeah, we've done a whole bunch of projects through the years. You probably remember the Chrysanthemum project that we were here for, quite a number of years ago for. And, then Manifest, and we've done some short films and stuff like that. But, at some point you got to graduate and actually produce a feature.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you'd think it's almost just a fantasy that you could shoot a feature film and then latch on to somebody in the film industry that could really give you a national impact. How do you make that leap?
A lot of phone calls. And just luck, really, honestly. I mean, I'd love to say that it's, because, Phil or I or one of us is just, happens to be, amazing hotshots at filmmaking.
That's a given, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also too, our producer Dan connected us with Glasshouse Distribution, which helped bring in the companies that did DVD distribution and also to the international side as well.
Yeah. So when was it completed?
It was completed in January.
Yeah, January of this year was the official completion date.
All right.
So the final stretch to get this movie done in time for the distribution company, because they were taking it to some international markets like Cannes and Berlin and things like that. It was. I think you worked for 63 hours straight.
I was awake for 63 hours. That was just to get it out in time for the company to put out there.
So your connection must have looked at it and said, this can make some money for somebody.
I believe so. That's the hope, right? Yeah. So
other than this is a stunning work of art, but usually if you're talking about Hollywood distribution, there's got to be some kind of commercial element in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we got really lucky too with our lead actress Emily Sweet. So Mount Adams was the first feature film that she was hired on to act in, and since then, she has, worked really hard and built up her career, and now she's starring in a Netflix movie, Hostage House, that's taken off and done really well. And so she shot up in the, what you call the IMDb star meter, all that kind of stuff. It stands for Internet Movie Database.
Yeah.
So she's doing really well, and it's helped bring up Mount Adams as well. So we've been lucky on that.
So is she a local product as well?
No, she's
No.
from Indiana, right?
Yeah.
And then she moved to LA after she filmed with us on Mount Adams, and then went off and she's been in some Asylum movies. As well as some, Netflix projects. And I believe she's got some great stuff in development right now.
And so the big news, I guess, is that you're going to be distributed at Walmart. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah. So that's kind of crazy too. It came to a surprise to us, but the Mount Adams DVD is available in Walmarts across the country right now. It is selling out. We've been checking different Walmarts, and they are running out of stock. So, if you get a chance, get out there and get one while you still can. I'm not sure how the DVD is going to be available after that. It's not available online. It's just in physical copies at Walmart. And so, it's there's thousands of Walmarts across the country are carrying it. We've been seeing people show up from the East Coast buying the DVDs and things like that.
What kind of comments have you gotten on it? I looked at the trailer a moment ago, and pretty dramatic. I mean, is there an element sort of a camp approach to it, or is this just more or less a straight ahead science fiction drama?
It's definitely in the campy side. It's more of the fun type movie, I suppose. It's kind of film that you can watch with your buddies and make a drinking game out of it.
Yeah. Well, now you said only available physically at this point, but I thought it was going to be available on DirecTV or what other kind of distribution or availability is there?
Yeah, so we're on Amazon Prime, and we're also on DirecTV, Dish Network, as well as Vudu. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be more to come. I'm sure we're going to wind up on Google Play and IMDb and Tubi, I think, is another one, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and how about screenings around the area? I was asking if, Salem Cinema, for instance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've got multiple screenings coming up in Eugene, Salem, and Portland, and if things go well, we're going to expand from there. We're working with Salem Cinema as well. Now we're kind of in the process of figuring out the exact date. So go to our website, ambition.pictures. Click on the movie, and we'll have information available there, or sign up for a newsletter, and we'll keep you in the loop. Go to our Facebook page too, Mount Adams. Just search up Mount Adams on Facebook, and it'll pop up there.
Yeah, we're hoping to have sort of a red carpet premiere, backdrop, little photo thing, whatever. So hopefully, make a real fun event out of it. Be sure to go on there and send us a message if you're interested, or that'd be great. Yeah.
But that grand opening, that's sort of in the idea category at this point, or do you have something set up tentatively at all?
We're still working on the dates and stuff. Just because COVID and the Delta variant is kind of
with Salem Cinema,
things.
we had a time and everything reserved.
That's
and
what I thought.
We were ready to go, and then COVID hit and canceled our premiere. And then we rescheduled it back in November, and then COVID hit again, and then took us out a second time. And so we're trying this a third time now.
As COVID resurfacing again.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Now, with typically, I guess, of smaller independent startups, maybe just starting up, you got to wear a lot of hats. So Philip, what did you do in the movie?
So... Yeah, we shared a lot, by the way, too. So, the main producers on this was Danny Weiss, myself, Tim, Josh Weiss, and I think that was it, right?
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. But for me personally, I took on the director role and actor, one of the lead actors, unfortunately, and then let's see. Director. Yeah. Also did some cinematography. I was a camera operator.
So and then Tim, you did music.
I did. Yeah. I wrote the script. I mean, that was very first time.
Actor and tuner.
Yeah, actor, writer,
music,
editor. I also did all the visual effects in the movie. And also wrote the music. So spent 2 years in my free time just, while the movie was in production, and I learned how to do sound design and music composing.
Well, how much, what kind of editing system do you need really to have a movie that looks like a Hollywood-type film?
You have to have a big computer. It has to be very, very powerful. I mean, pretty much murdered my computer while making this movie, 24/7 rendering out, millions of polygons for the animation and all that stuff. It was
animation.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about that?
Oh well, yeah. I downloaded got one of the top animation software out there, Maya, and basically, I've been working with it for a couple of years, and so
just for some of the creatures, or what is animated in it?
This is for the creatures, not just the creatures, but the environments outside and around the mountain. I built an entire 3D replica of the mountain that you see in the movie. It's all CGI. For certain shots. So we went up to the mountain. We basically took a really cool, high resolution camera and took a ton of photos. I downloaded land height information from the forestry department or whatever, and used that to build a 3D model, and then all the little trees out there, ferns, rocks. I mean, you name it. This is a crazy big project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just kind of skipped right over the music part of it. What is your music background?
I grew up playing piano and violin, and music has always been my favorite music is soundtracks. What's that?
Well, what were you shooting for? What movie? What music fits this movie?
Sort of, I really enjoy Hans Zimmer. He has this blend of classic and modern, so he has these amazing synths, and he also uses, his classic strings and, brass sections. So I kind of tried to go for that sort of an adventure movie type score, but also down the lines of more like classic Hollywood type strings and not too much, of the computerized synth strings.
Mm-hmm. You guys have any projects down the road that you're already sort of thinking about, or are you still pretty much locked in on this right now?
Oh yeah, we got stuff coming up for sure.
Has this opened doors for you?
It seems to be the case. I mean, this just happened 2 weeks ago in terms of the distribution. And so this has all come as a big shock to us on where things are at and just how well the movie's done so far. So we're still trying to come to terms with everything and see where this goes. But we do have several projects in development right now. We have a movie called Life Cycle 63, which features a team that is stranded on an alien planet, and they have to repair their craft to get off before the toxic atmosphere and the alien creatures kill them. And so that's based on a award-winning short story that actually my wife Jordan wrote. She's a published author, numerous fantasy novels and things like that. And then Danny Weiss is also producing a high-budget project called Journey to Hollow Earth. So we got some very interesting projects coming up, and we're excited to continue down this path.
Just to throw in a little plug, if you come to the screenings for Mount Adams, at the end we'll show a teaser for our new film project as well.
Got to be some merchandising ready to roll out soon too, right?
I hope so. Yeah, we're working on a little bit on that too.
Yeah, we're gonna have some T-shirts and mugs and things like that as well, with some Ambition Pictures and Mount Adams branding on there as well.
Little monsters. And stuff.
Yeah.
Well, as we get ready to let you go today, what would be the final words for our listeners that we may have caught their attention?
Oh, yeah. Stream the movie. Watch it on Amazon, Vudu, DirecTV, and also, go out and get a physical copy too. It's I've already purchased like 4 of them myself. I got my own little collection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you enjoy the movie, or if you don't, leave us a review. We would love to get your feedback. Go on Amazon or some of the other platforms, or post on Facebook about it. We desperately need your support on this project, and not just that, but just the team behind all this. We need to get this thing off the ground and move in, and we need some support.
Mm-hmm. All right. And thanks for coming by. Nice to speak with you again. Fascinating material, and glad I got to learn a little bit more about it.
Hey, well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
All right.